here today at the Barefoot Bushcraft Outdoor Education School here in Thorold, Ontario, Canada, just minutes from Niagara Falls. At Barefoot Bushcraft, we cater to youth, children, and adults of all ages. Recently, we ran a summer camp program, which was 5 days of nature immersion and nature therapy for some of the most amazing children that we have ever had come onto the property. At our camp, we like to do things a little bit different. Our children are actually allowed to climb trees. Our children have the opportunity to go out into the woods and explore their world. They get to catch frogs. They get to build shelters. These shelters that they have created will actually allow them to sleep in them. So they spend Monday, Tuesday, and Wednesday building a shelter, and then they get to spend Thursday and Friday actually sleeping in the shelter that they built.
Today we're making a moat. So all the water from this fort drains into this boat, so we're not covering the water while we're going.
All right, so what is it that we're looking at?
Well, we're looking at our fort. We're going to sleep in on Thursday. Today's Tuesday. And so we got a couple more days to prepare it. Today it was raining a lot, and it soaked down to the...
It's going to be a little harder.
Yeah. By the way,
my name is Cody.
Okay, so this thing that looks like it was once a clown tent, what is this?
This is what we call a decoy clown tent.
Okay.
Yes, we'll disguise it as a clown tent, and as you can see inside, it may be a little wet right now, but we'll be putting mulch as the floor, so like the clowns will not haunt us and kill us.
Awesome.
And also,
it's like
Iron
basically
Jack,
everything
and
proof.
also there was water right here until we fixed it by pushing it up, and then we put this down to keep it from going, and now we're putting the boat.
Join now at barefootbushcraft.com.
The method that we use here is part of the John Young 8 Shields method, which is part of a nature culture and nature awareness culture. So they learn to do things like understand bird language. They learn to see how important wandering is. They learn to create groups. They learn to start fires and do all these really amazing and important things that youth today miss. Many times, children will often spend up to 80 to 90% of their time indoors at all times. What fun is that? How useful is that for them? Yes, they have the opportunity to play video games and to use screen time for things like personal development and learning for schoolwork, but it doesn't get them outside. It doesn't get them out there doing things. It doesn't get them hiking in the woods. It doesn't get them the opportunity to go outside and fall down. So what our camp does differently than some of the other camps in the Niagara region is, like I said, we actually believe in 100% nature immersion. For the 5 days that the children are here, although it is just a day camp for 4 of those days, they get to see their world and interact with their world in a way that they wouldn't think possible. They get to show their leadership skills. Natural leaders will emerge throughout the group dynamics. It's a really, really wonderful program. So I invite you to take a couple of look at some of these testimonials from some of the children here who've loved our camp so much, and of course take a look at some of this footage of the mud.
I'm Serena.
I'm Emma.
And our week has been super fun because almost 100% of the time we are barefoot and we have been having mud fights.
hello, I'm Tristan Horvath, and I'm at Barefoot Bushcraft. And it's a really fun camp. We've been looking around and everybody's constructing and doing stuff. And right now, me and my team, Team Camo, are building our fort. Our competitors over there, the Falcons, are building their little tent, but we have an awesome fort. So far, my favorite part of camp has been just the fun and the mud and being outdoors more than my house. So yeah, this is Barefoot Bushcraft. Please come sign up.
I am Ryan. I'm at Bushcraft. Barefoot Bushcraft. And I'm now. My favorite thing to do today, for the whole week, was build the fortress.
And mud fight.
And mud fight.
Mud fight. Mud fight. Mud fight.
Everyone loves the mud fight.
So there you have it. You have some amazing footage of lots and lots of mud. We take videos and pictures of our campers as per our our parents' request, because many times children will go home and say, "What did you do today?" Nothing. So we actually try to change that. This is the 21st century. We believe, parents want to know what's going on. They want to see these pictures. We get lots and lots of really positive feedback from all of the programs that we run, including really fun things. We want to make sure that our counselors, myself included, interact with the children and have the opportunity to play with them in ways that they normally wouldn't have the opportunity to do.
No! Woo! Beat him! It's serious!
No, don't try to get you!
No, I'm a girl. Jump on him!
Even building a shelter will sometimes take on a life of its own.
I'm Serena!
I'm Kayla.
I'm Emerson.
I'm Emma.
And that's our counselor, Emma, right there. And
Yay!
we're the best. We did a lot of hard work, along with a lot of mud and a lot of mud slipping.
Mud! Mud!
Then they get the opportunity, like I say, to sleep over in these shelters. And that itself, for some of our students, are the first time they've ever slept away from home and slept outdoors. So it's a huge experience, and the experiences that children have at Barefoot Bushcraft follow them for the rest of their lives. They may not remember me, they may barely remember any of the people that they met, but they will remember that experience of, the time the counselors let me run in my bare feet throughout the yard, or the time that I got to build a shelter, or the time that I got to climb a tree, and any of those sort of things.
My name is Joshua, and we're at Barefoot Bush Camp. We build shelters, do archery, and carve sticks. And I'm in my tent. We're in our tent right now.
We want to have them have the opportunity to push their own limits. Many times playing video games and doing schoolwork, you don't get to push your limits the same as when you're out in nature of how fast can I run, how far can I go, how much can I do. And these kind of things stir the soul, keep them outside, keep them wondering, keep them guessing. And if you learn at a young age to have a passion for the outdoors and a passion for nature, as you age, those sort of values will stick with you. And again, the experiences you have here of understanding leaves and learning about frogs, all these things are so terribly important. So I'd like to thank you for watching this video. I am the Wolfman. Be smart, be safe, believe, and of course, please consider subscribing.